Okay, it's November 4th. I'm still on Evanex, and specifically, I'm waiting for a lawyer. I was declined, but I'm getting counsel to appeal it. So hopefully all that goes well. But I do have some news, some very interesting news. Now, sorry if this looks blurry. It looks blurry, unfortunately. But at least you can tell I do have a face. There was a new thing that I found out that even people with Parkinson's use this. Specifically, there is an ingredient in cough syrup that, for the most part, works very well. At least for me it does. Okay, so and for me, what it does is no more hallucinations. It dextromethorphan. Now, with the dextromethorphan, you would only use a small dose nightly because it does make you sleepy or drowsy. Specifically, what I use is a half a teaspoon. Now, this particular one is generic brand, but all it has is the dextromethorphan. The only problem is it does have in 1 teaspoon 15 milligrams. Now, you don't want 15 milligrams, that's why I did a half a dose, which is 7.5. Now, people who have Parkinson's, they do half of that nightly. So if you know somebody who has Parkinson's, tell them that. Specifically, what the dextromethorphan does is it creates a protective barrier on the brain. Now, for me, it helps with my hallucinations. For somebody else, it might help it in other ways. I'm better with this. Now, when I don't take it, things move that aren't supposed to. So I'm very thankful for that. I do have panic attacks, but I do have Valium for that. It's pretty much the majority of my symptoms. Of course, I have pain in my legs. The neurologist said that I have peripheral neuropathy in my legs from the shots. Along with that, I have what she calls oral migraines. Now, what oral migraines are is specifically like when you see sparks in front of your eyes with your headache, which of course is not so good. But this, cheap, thankfully, very cheap, very tasty, but you want to keep it at a low dose. If you don't keep it at a low dose, you have the possibility of having side effects. The other thing is you don't want anything else in your cough syrup. You don't want the one that starts with a G that's supposed to bring up the mucus, because that actually has been, it can change the purpose of the dextromethorphan. So with the dextromethorphan, specifically what you want is just that, small doses, it's not going to kill you or hurt you. It can help you, might make you sleepy, but for me it works, which I'm very thankful for. Finally, something that does work. regarding my legs, I do exercise as best I can. I'm actually doing the MS exercise DVD, which was given to me by MS Active. Another thing is I may be soon becoming a mentor for MS Active, specifically for those who are on Avonex or any medicine, specifically to try to get them to stay on it, to keep up the work, the upkeep, because it is work. Because I know it's easy to forget, and thankfully I've not skipped one dose on the Avonex. Now, Copaxone, when I was removed from it, it took them a couple months to put me on the Avonex, but the difference between the two is like night and day. With the Copaxone, my hubby told me it was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, was what I was like. On the Avonex, I'm for the most part normal, which is good. I do have still problems in my speech. I still do have problems with the panic attacks, like I was telling you about. I do have the pains in my legs. I do have pain in my back. But I'm keeping it easy, like I'm supposed to. And thankfully I'm doing a lot better than I was before. It's been challenging, especially with disability declining me and me getting counsel. But I'm praying that soon they'll be over with, because the stress, not good for me. And unfortunately, as I said, I do have headaches. I still do. Even right now as I'm talking to you, I have a headache, and there's sparks in front of my eyes, unfortunately. But I'm very much better than before. Am I able to go to work? No. I sleep a lot. The other thing that I was put on was gabapentin, that I think the last time. No, I wasn't on gabapentin. I was on tizanidine. I was removed from that. So I'm on gabapentin, also known as Neurontin, which is supposed to help with the muscle spasms and the neuropathy. Don't know if it's really helping with the neuropathy. It's not helping with the muscle spasms. But my headache I have times where I don't have a headache, which is a blessing. The other thing that I am doing, of course, is the vitamin D still. I am also taking multivitamins. This one has choline in it, which is supposed to help the brain. It's Flintstone, so it doesn't have to be a certain brand or anything. But if you keep up the minerals and the vitamins, it does help with the energy. I also have vitamin B to help keep me awake, because I've been told that I have a B6 and B12 deficiency. If it's from the MS, I don't know. I think there is a possibility of that, not to mention the vitamin D, because those two specifically are stated to help. Now, the other thing that I would say regarding that is you want you of course do want to go to my website, athenasfightwithms.info, or you can check out my blog, which has everything on it just in case the other does die, which is athenasfightwithms.blogspot.com. Now, there are different supplements that do cause problems. If you look at my site, it does say helpful info from emails and publications. The one that I'm really concerned about is the very top one that says potentially harmful supplements for people with MS. Alfalfa, aloe, or aloe, Asian ginseng. You really don't want to put caffeine in your body. At least I can't, because when I do, bad things happen. Astragalus, bayberry, beta carotene. You don't want to stimulate your immune system, because when you do, it attacks your brain. Now, things that make you sleepy, you really don't want to take them, except for this. This you do want, which is the cough syrup. I mean, there's all sorts of things, like chamomile, makes you sleepy, so it says it'll increase your fatigue. But there are other things that are not known for doing bad things, yet they do, like comfrey. Now, when I was a kid, I used to have comfrey tea. Well, according to this, because I have MS, it can cause possible liver toxicity. And just so you're aware, turning yellow hurts. I've done that before. Unfortunately, I took an iron pill and that caused that. And there are some things that will affect, like if you're having a bad time and you're put back on the cortisone or the steroids, it can actually affect that and make it non-effective. Some of those are licorice, bayberry, Asian ginseng. Even though it stimulates the immune system, which we know is not good, it can make you tired when ginseng's supposed to make you more energetic, and it can affect the cortisone. Now, I know you're probably like, well, why don't we want our immune system to be stimulated? Specifically, if you are a particular affliction is specifically the immune system attacking the brain. Now, we kind of need our brain, so we don't want it attacking it. Now, I've been trying to keep up, trying to figure out what works. There's also some that even have other different types of issues, like with zinc, for example. When you have a cold, you normally have a C in zinc. Well, zinc, we know, it stimulates the immune system, but it can also cause a copper deficiency. So, I mean, there are many things that can happen with different things. So if you're like playing around with, well, not specifically playing around, but testing out different supplements, I highly suggest you check out my site, check out the list, and see if what you're experimenting with could possibly cause problems for you. Because one, I don't want you to have problems. Two, I'm hoping that the site helps and is informative. Yes, I have my video blogs as you're seeing right now, even though this one is extremely blurry, and I will be fixing it very shortly. I also have